Welcome to AMA 50, the podcast where you ask us anything and we give you three amazing answers in 50 seconds. In this fast advice improv show, our hosts are challenged to answer questions in 30 seconds, 15 seconds, and 5 seconds, respectively, one after the other, all in under a minute. Thank you for listening to our random and fun life advice podcast. But one word to the wise: we are not life experts, so follow our advice at your own risk. My name is Shay, and I'm joined today by my three co hosts, Will,
Hi,
Amy,
Shay.
hello, and Kirsten.
Hello.
And we've got our special guest, Sam Solar.
Hey everyone, I'm so excited to be here. For those of you who don't know me, I'm a performing artist. I've known a lot of these folks for a while. And why?
Yeah, why are you qualified to give life advice, Sam?
Well, I feel like in my short 32 years on this earth, I feel like I've been through a good amount. I've been married. Well, I'm still married. I just got married. I also have gone through dark times. I've lost important people to me, and so I like to, I feel like I have empathy and understanding with people going through those times, and adding a little humor to the mix to make everything easier going down.
Amen to that.
Mm-hmm.
So, Kirsten, what is the AMA 50?
Thank you for asking, Shay. AMA 50 is an improv game geared towards answering questions in the funniest and most concise way possible. I developed this game with the help of the AMA-zing AP improvisers. We'll be answering questions from all over in under a minute.
And a happy Thanksgiving from the AMA 50 podcast. We are having our own Friendsgiving here today, so what a perfect opportunity to play our game all together now. Will, tell us about the source of questions for today.
Yeah, that's right. So we're having our very own Friendsgiving, and we've asked our listeners and followers on Instagram to submit their questions all about things all around the holidays this time of the year. So that's favorite fall activities, food, and just approaching the end of 2024. We even have some lingering questions from our Instagram and our Gmail about things that tie into the theme of family relationships and the dynamics that we all come back to this time of year. So get ready to carve into this turkey of an episode with us. And we're especially excited to welcome our special guest, Sam, to our dinner table today.
We'll take a break and we'll be right back. And we're back. Let's play our first round.
Okay. Katie Rayner asks, number one must-do fall activity and why? Will has 30 seconds, Amy will have 15, and Kirsten will have 5. So, Will, take it away.
Oh my gosh. So I'm going to recommend the activity that keeps you out all day or like maybe a minimum of 4 hours. But anywhere that has an apple orchard and a corn maze and basically like bombastic fall activities. Locally, I love Linvilla Orchards because I can dine, I can shop, I can find the needle in the haystack, and I can get apples.
Beautiful.
Sorry, that was
All
a lot of
right.
stuff to mention.
Oh, I hear you. Okay, Amy, 15 seconds.
Okay, so I would be remiss if I did not recommend Rocky Horror, because there's just something about it that just brings you to life, or to life from the dead, kind of, in a way. It's wonderful. It is, yep, that was it. Great. Just go see it.
Rocky Horror, amazing. Okay, Kirsten, 5 seconds.
Number one, rest. You got a lot coming up in the winter.
Perfect. That's all she wrote.
Beautiful. All of these answers so correct. Anyway, PDW Butterwork asks, what's your favorite unconventional snack perhaps an appetizer before the traditional Thanksgiving meal? Sam, you have 30 seconds. Will, you have 15 seconds. Amy, you have 5 seconds. All right, Sam, 30 seconds on the clock.
I don't even know how unconventional it is, but I love a deviled egg. And my aunt Esty, she always makes the best deviled eggs, and that's normally like for Yom Kippur. I'll even break the fast on a deviled egg. Yeah, I there's just nothing else to harp on about it. It's just got everything. Yep.
Beautiful. Perfect. I too am a massive fan of deviled eggs. All right. Ready, Will?
Yeah. Um, I love it, but I've made a few mistakes in the past. I love to make a charcuterie board out of like unconventional pairings. The problem is people can eat so much of it that they don't eat Thanksgiving meal. So just be careful with what you make.
Exactly.
Mm.
It's a tricky time. All right. Amy, you've got 5 seconds.
My favorite unconventional snack is definitely a charcuterie board made by Sam.
Oh,
Yes.
No offense to Will. I'm sure I need to try Will charcuterie as well. It's just a big story behind it. Yeah.
There's
It's
a
pretty
lot of
good, but you did admit to making mistakes.
yeah. I mean, yeah.
But I will
Yeah.
always have room. Like, even if I eat the entire board of cheese and meats, like, I will still eat Thanksgiving dinner.
Why
Yeah, it
made
doesn't
is it?
count. Charcuterie doesn't count.
It's like we have endless pits when it's like anything on a board. It's like, oh yeah, it's a little teaser.
Exactly.
Speaking of teasers to food, Jasmine asks, what's your favorite cozy warm drink? Shay, you get 30 seconds. Sam, 15. Will, 5.
Okay. So this is hard because I like a lot of cozy warm drinks. So it really depends on the kind of mood that I'm in. But for Thanksgiving and fall specifically, I'm gonna say a good mulled cider that is spiked with some delicious whiskey or bourbon. That's what I'm gonna go for.
Mm.
Like really mulled for a long time. Like a lot of stuff in it, not just like, oh, I'm just gonna pour the cider and dump some alcohol. No, it's gotta be an event.
Hmm. All right. Mine in a similar vein, I do love hot chocolate. I don't have it that often because it's kind of rich. It's like a little treat yourself, and I'll put whipped cream on it, but more importantly, I'll add some peppermint schnapps. Gotta have the schnapps.
I too take swigs of peppermint schnapps, but walking around Longwood Gardens, and that warms me up.
All right.
I'm always cold when I go to Longwood Gardens. Well, now I know what to do.
Now you know the trick. You walk around and you're like, wow, I feel so cozy with all these lights.
God, no.
Life hack right here.
Like, yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, all right. Well, one other question here from Lisa. Lisa asks, what are you thankful for this year? Oh, how apropos. Kirsten, you have 30 seconds. Shay, you have 15 seconds. And Sam, you have 5.
What am I thankful for this year? I think this year I am learning to be thankful for my support systems and learning how to use them and leaning on the people around me. I'm grateful that I have those people. And yeah, yeah. Grateful for people who are there whenever I need them. Thanks, guys. You are those people, by the way.
I'm making a hand heart
Yeah.
because this is an audio podcast. Gotta narrate my actions.
We're hand hearting, just so our listeners know.
Yes. Yep. Just for everybody's information.
Specifically, though, the millennial hand heart and not the Gen Z hand heart.
What's the
Yeah,
Gen Z
yeah.
one?
It's
Oh,
that
is it that one?
no one can see.
Okay.
No one can
That
see it
one.
anyway, so
Yeah, no
it's
one
all
can
good.
see us doing it, but we're all attempting, but not great at it because we're olds now, I guess. Anyway,
It's just
um,
wrong.
Shay, you have 15 seconds.
so it's the end of haunt season at the time we're recording this, and I'm feeling really warm and fuzzy about it. So I'm gonna have to say that I am so thankful for my cast in my specific attraction bloodline. I think it was the best season. That's my
Awesome.
time.
Sam, you have 5 seconds.
I'm grateful for the kick-ass, fun, and beautiful wedding I had 2 weeks ago, and for my hubby Lonnie.
Woo!
Yes.
And on that truly adorable and sweet note, let's take a break and we'll be right back. No one can see my finger guns. And we're back. Let's play our final round. Oh, but Sam actually had to step away for a moment. So, in her place, we are now joined by our next special guest, Phyllis from Philly. Phyllis, who are you and what makes you qualified to give life advice?
Oh, I'm so grateful that you guys invited me on here. It's my first podcast ever. I'm just tickled. Now, what makes me qualified for life advice? First of all, I'm a freaking boomer. I'm older than all he is by 100 years old. I've been through it all, the ups and the downs. And I'm a straight up girl from Philly. I'm gonna tell you like it is. Whether you like it or not, I'm just gonna give it to you straight, but I do it because I love you.
I feel like I'm sitting with a celebrity right now.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, shucks. You're too cute.
okay. So I'm gonna start by asking our first question. Anonymous asks, "My girlfriend farted while we were having Thanksgiving dinner. Should I break up with her?" Phyllis, you have 30 seconds.
Oh, come on, that ain't nice. Don't break up with her. She made a mistake, or if she's comedic, maybe she owned up to it. I think you should have farted after her, quite honest with you, so she didn't feel so lonely. But also, if I told you the amount of death bombs Lenny dropped during many meals, this is nothing. I think you gotta stick it out. I think she could be the one. That's all I gotta say. Don't break up with her.
I love that advice. Thank you. Especially like you should toot along with her. She's tooting her own horn, so you toot yours.
Amen, hun. Amen.
Amy, what do you think though? Should I break up with her?
No, you should not break up with her. I mean, maybe like make sure she's eating a good diet and, it doesn't smell too bad, but don't break up with her. Like, I agree with Phyllis over there. Like, you just sometimes it's just that's maybe your way of showing that she's comfortable.
Oh, I hadn't considered that. Okay. But lastly, Shay.
Are you 5? Do you also think girls don't poop? No. Or you do her a favor. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, that too. Oh gosh.
Mm.
All right. Ceci Q asks, have you ever researched your family history and what did you learn? Will, you have 30 seconds. Phyllis, 15. And Amy, 5.
So I personally have not, but like a bunch of my family members have. What I find most confusing is that perhaps their lineage is not exactly the same as mine, and I don't understand how that is. Like, how is my sister related to somebody that I'm not? I don't know. But just generic generational stuff I know about, but that's it.
I haven't done that much research. I want Lenny for Hanukkah to give me Ancestry.com or 23andMe so I can learn. All I know is that we're a bunch of Jews and most of us are white, and that's kind of the crux of it all.
I have researched a lot. Turns out I'm still Jewish.
Wow. Like
And that's the tea.
like yeah. My cousins family somehow, but not my family, came over here on the Mayflower. But I don't know why I
Wow.
didn't.
Wow.
Why did my cousin have direct?
Either someone got something wrong or there's some drama in the past.
That's what I understand with like these DNA collection things is there's like more data the more DNA that's donated. I don't know. So like
Yeah.
if I like did that, then things would better connect. I don't know.
Maybe.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Wow.
I look mine up. I get into those rabbit holes all the time, and I like because I have so many like grandparents and great grandparents, even like great great grandparents who were like from Philly or lived in Philly. And so I like to find out, and most of them are from like South Philly. And so I like to find like their old homes and see like the storefronts that they owned, like and the businesses that they had. And then one time I met someone and I found out that his family also um owned like his great grandparents also owned a business like down the street, and we like had a brief moment of like were we related, and then like thank God we weren't, but like I'm sure there was drama there that history probably repeated itself and now we're all friends. It's crazy.
Yep. I know I
Mm.
have other family members that have done tons of research, especially like my aunt on my mom's side has like all of these like records from like Ellis Island and like this is the little town outside of Dublin or this or that. And then my dad's side, I know that there were, like Jews coming from Russia. It was Russia at the time, but it's not part of Russia anymore.
That's like
But I
mine. It was like
forget
Greece but
what country it
Turkey.
is now.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Just kind of, you know, empires, colonialism, all that jazz, but I'm a pickleback shot.
Yeah.
Now that's freaking cool. Wow. I love a
Anyway,
pickleback.
right? It's the best. Chabrel asks, what do you do when you realize you shouldn't be around someone anymore? Kirsten, you have 30 seconds. Will, you've got 15. Phyllis, you've got 5.
Um, well, I want to say if you feel like you shouldn't be around someone anymore, you just shouldn't be around them. But there's really levels to it. Like, how long have you known this person? What is the problem? Is it something you can talk to them about? Is it something that cannot be reconciled whatsoever? Take all these things into consideration and then decide.
That's a great, very detailed answer. All right. Will.
So I mean, I'm pretty terrible. Like unless we have like a family relationship, there will be signs that I don't want to be around you anymore. It'll be lack of communication.
Phyllis, 5 seconds.
Life is too short. Just walk the frig out. Walk away.
Just leave. Excellent, excellent advice.
So I feel like in this context around like as we approach the family holidays, sometimes we ask ourselves these questions. So it's like, yeah, like I mean, what do you do, especially if you're related to somebody, or like if it's somebody
Especially
you're
after
gonna,
this election.
yeah, or if it's like
Oh
somebody you're just gonna see
boy.
around the holidays, how do you navigate that?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, my sister-in-law Sheila, for those of you who follow me on social media, I bitch about her all the time, Lenny's sister, and she thinks she's, a hot potato, her shit don't stink, and I just have to put on my acting face and I smile and wave, but then I just behind her back and to my audience, then I bitch about her. Just don't let her know about it. That's all.
Beautiful.
I love that.
Oh, right. So, it looks like another question. Chabrel also asks, what does support look like? Ooh, that's a good one. Amy, you got 30 seconds. Shay got 15. Kirsten, 5 seconds. Okay, Amy, take it away.
All right, so there's multiple kinds of support. There's like emotional support, And then there's the fine line between emotional support and not being someone's therapist. And then there's like physical support, like you literally like support them. But I think like support looks like all different things. And I think it really just matters like how you're listening to that person. I think support starts at listening. And then like the person hopefully has enough emotional intelligence to know how to support the other person, and what to do and how to make them feel good.
Amazing. Listening is key. Okay, Shay. 15 seconds.
I think support can be different for, every individual person. Everyone has different needs, different levels, of intimacy that they're comfortable with, but feeding people's always a great thing to do.
Nice. I love it. Okay, Kirsten, 5 seconds.
Support looks like patience through adversity.
Oh, that's deep. I like it. Good answers,
Ooh.
folks.
That got deep.
Wow.
Happy
All right.
Thanksgiving, everyone.
So cute.
All right. We'll take a break and we'll be right back.
Yay.
And we're back. Welcome back, Sam. Thanks to Phyllis for stepping in.
I hope Phyllis was on her best behavior because sometimes, she can get a little saucy, but some people like that, so you're welcome,
Hey, you know
everyone.
what? So can we. She was fabulous. We loved her.
Yeah, I mean, I have to give a round of applause for a second. Sam, I thought that was fantastic. Coming in as another person, but then playing this improv game in character was so cool to see.
This was so, any chance, I haven't been in like a show in a while, so for me, this is like a chance for me to perform in a way, and Phyllis gives me that agency, like if, I'm in between shows and whatnot. So thank you for allowing me to share her with you all, or use guys, as she would say.
Absolutely.
I
I think there's something freeing about an old lady character because, you could just say whatever you want.
Exactly.
When you reach a certain level, you're like, I could say what I want now. All of my opinions are valid.
Yeah.
Should we have Phyllis say like a thank you speech?
I mean, the illusion has been shattered, listeners. I don't know if they could clue that in or not, because I know they can't see
I don't know.
But
If anybody...
Sam and Phyllis, they're like Hannah Montana. They are the same person.
Exactly.
No.
I'm sorry.
No
I'll
way.
cut that out if they can't find out.
Are we breaking the fourth wall?
So
well, it depends on what you
listeners,
guys want to do in the episode, because everyone already knows that she and I are the same. We're the same human.
Keep it then. Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
listeners,
just different aspects.
as long as you promise to keep it a secret, then we can keep it in.
Yeah.
But if not, then
Yeah.
Anyway, any other final thoughts on the rounds, the questions, the answers, etc. Other more than just Phyllis is wonderful and we love her.
Well, just on the topic of Phyllis, I love how Phyllis came in for round 2 that kind of had more serious questions. Like, what does support look like? It was so fascinating, like, to hear that from Phyllis's perspective.
Well, it is true. You're right that the tone of the second round was a bit more serious, a bit more introspective. But yeah, I thought I love that juxtaposition, and I still think you can make...
That is exactly what I was gonna say. Yes.
Yeah. Yes. And I think even the introspective moments can also be comedic, but they also don't have to, because as you guys know, improv doesn't always have to be funny. It's just a little bonus if it makes you chuckle.
Exactly. I think it's like it kind of makes it richer too, because sometimes you gotta, deliver a serious message in an entertaining way so it hits.
Yes.
All of my favorite shows are like that. They're either like very dramatic shows that are deeply upsetting but have hilarious moments, or comedies that will make you cry.
I call it
Yep.
the
So,
Sondheim effect, where like it's beautiful music and like murder, or it's like murderous music and like talking about sunshine and puppy dogs.
yes. We need the differing kinds of stimulation to keep our internet rotted brains paying attention, basically.
Yes.
Question for Kirsten, just based on the main objective of the game to answer these questions in the funniest, most concise ways possible. What do you think of, answering like these more introspective questions?
Oh, I love it. I love how deep it gets because it gets deep differently for every person that answers the question. So even if three people answer one question very seriously, like a deep introspective question, they're not going to say the same thing because like that's the point of the game. The point is to either add on or say something totally different, but not to repeat. And you sort of get that full 360 view of an answer as opposed to here's the answer and it's the right answer and just believe me because I said it. Like you get these three different vantage points and you can probably think of different ones just based on the ones you've been given. But yeah, I love the deep question.
Yeah. Oh, and Sam/Phyllis, any plugs for the month of December? Got something coming up, or just want to tell people where to enjoy Phyllis's beautiful brand of life advice and comedy?
Yeah, yeah. So I'm not in any shows coming up. I'll let you guys know when someone wants to cast me. But in the meantime, you can follow me, myself, and I, Samantha Solar, at Samantha J Solar on Instagram, and you can also follow Phyllis. And the IG username is Phyllis from Philly. And also, if there's anything you want to hear more of from Phyllis, I'm kind of curious to have her do more answering of questions and advice. I think this game kind of triggered something
Ooh.
interesting creatively. So yeah. And also, I just wanted to thank you all, Will, Amy, Kirsten, Shay. This was so much fun, and thank you for thinking of me. And both myself and Phyllis would be tickled to be invited back in the future whenever you see fit. So just thank yous, guys.
Absolutely. Glad to have awakened something in you.
Mm-hmm. I
Yes,
needed it.
um, Sam, you were like at the top of our guest wish list since the beginning of this year
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
when we wanted to bring guests in, just because you have a rapport with all of us, but you and Amy recorded your podcast together, and also Phyllis is so funny. So, it's something that we have wanted. And sometimes it takes a whole year until we get to this time of year where we all gather around the table to finally have you have a seat with us here. So, the pleasure is ours.
Yeah. Phyllis
Yay.
is like the highlight of my day. Sometimes like my whole family's in like a group chat being like, new Phyllis video. So yeah, everyone follow Phyllis from Philly because she's the best.
I love that.
She hasn't gone viral yet. I don't know how to crack that code. I don't know how to make anything go viral, but regardless, the small but mighty fan base I have, I do it for you guys. So I'm gonna keep her around.
We are mighty. Anyway, thank you so much for listening today to the AMA 50 podcast. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you'd like to submit your own questions to be answered in a future episode, our DMs are open at AMA50 podcast on Instagram, or send us an email at AMA50podcast@gmail.com. And we look forward to your questions. Anyway, this has been us. I'm Shay.
I'm
We-
Amy.
Oh God, no. We've done this before.
And I'm like, oh wait, no one can tell who I'm pointing at.
Oh, no.
We should go in alphabetical order.
I'm Amy.
Yes.
I'm Kirsten. This isn't working.
Damn.
Oh, I didn't know I got to do a sign off because
I
I'm not a
know.
regular. I'm so
Aw.
sorry.
Weird.
Yeah.
We want to include you.
Okay, take 3. I'm so sorry.
Dropped the ball on this.
It's fine.
I'm
It's fine.
Sam.
And I'm Will.
We got through it.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
We're waving, just so you all know. We're waving.
Yes.
The
Two
name
hands,
for the
yes.
show is Always Waving.
Yes, always waving.
Bye.